which almost never happens, is what do y'all think about my subscriptions? I use this word a lot. And I want to know what the impressions are. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I get, quite enough interaction for this to be as thoughtful as I would like. I mean, obviously, I know what I see about it, but I have a feeling that, maybe what's most interesting is, what they have in common, are any of them so different from the other? And, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, it would appear that one of my alter egos is a exceptionally flamboyant male. And I think we should talk about it, Like, I think there's this sort of oversight, that like we are more grounded or more natural for enduring things. And so, the intellect, it's not just, like I've been talking about the gaps between magic and God and love, and the gap between what is soul and personality and spirit. And there's something else too. There's another thing like this that's in between, which is, the sort of durability of nurture and the vulnerability of nature. And so, oh my gosh, I just got hijacked. But we're back. So I was saying the durability of nurture and the vulnerability of nature, which is separate from the love, God, magic dichotomy, which is separate from the soul, spirit, personality dichotomy. There are other things at play. And I think that we assume something like this, but then we fail to do the other 50%, which is to serve and protect what we believe or have faith in. And that's why we suffer. So yeah, I think I do revere masculinity. And I also separately see something to be true about what is feminine and, the difference between being soft or what else, And so it's not my impression that I don't get along with people. I think what you'll see is that they would be difficult to get along with. I think that's something, is that like, it's not really, a situation where you're like, oh, they're going to play nice with others because they're all such superstars. But, it's not that they aren't. It's just how much it becomes a defense, you know. And so, anyways, I popped my contacts in, which I rarely do these days. And yes, I shaved my eyebrows again. Something that I've been noticing is that, look, there's an eyebrow muscle. Eyebrows aren't just hair, at least not on my face. Look at that. It looks disgusting. I don't know if it's because I've shaved them, but I have something there. I don't know. It's there, you know. So, anyways, my eye is still twitching, but you can't see. Well, I do Justin. This Justin says nobody cares. But I get to say things out loud, which is 90% of why I do this. I do wish that somebody cared, but ultimately, I used to think that I was going to be a writer. And then I couldn't get nobody to read anything. So what was more, I thought that if I could earn a role or, you know, be nominated for a position, that, you know, that would solve all of my problems in life. But similar to being an actor, I've always been in households where I've had to fight with people a lot. My family, we fought a lot, like mostly. It was mostly yelling. It was mostly harsh words. And I learned to think pretty quickly, but ultimately that, you know, coping mechanism wasn't satisfying enough. And you know, something in therapy is that, like, they don't really offer advice. They pretty much just help to alleviate, you know, burdens of incrimination. But since I began live broadcasting my feelings, I felt smarter. I felt more experienced, and I feel less ashamed and more authentic. And so that's why I do, you know, this thing about there being this other thing or these multiple other things that, even despite having really good words and really good definitions, still isn't good enough. And, you know, I felt this feeling of, like, longing as long as I can remember. And, you know, it's just such a great mystery, you know, that even despite, you know, daily efforts, there's still, you know, something else to participate with. And I just think being more, I don't know, I guess reverent about this. You know, sort of righteous, you know. If the question is, you know, do you know the devil, or do you know, like, what is the danger of things? But are you sincere enough to say what is, you know, true or, you know, genuine, you know, pure to this degree. And and then choosing to speak to that effect rather than, you know, what would be more maybe instant gratification, which is something deprecating. It seems sort of too lofty and maybe, you know, anyways, somebody in the comments needs money for food. Money sign. Alex Napper 0 wants $6. I have to come back to this. I don't know where to find comments when I turn this off. But yeah, so not lofty, but you know, it may seem like I don't know, too goody or something to act like, you know, a dignified person. But hell, you know, you're bad actors, so might be worth a shot. Okay.